Comrades, come rally, and the last fight let us face. The International unites the human race. Then comrades, come rally, and the last fight let us face. The International unites the human race. Thanks very much. Right, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, compañeros and compañeras, citizens. The Internationale was written for the communards in Paris, and over 60 years later was sung by the International Brigades as they assembled, fought and died for Spain. Today, over 80 years after the Brigades left Spain singing the Internationale, today of all days is tribute to the communards, the International Brigades, and reflects the contribution of those who went before us, which should be remembered, as Galarojo reminded us. My name is Gordon Munro, and today I'm speaking to you as a member of the International Brigades Memorial Trust. The International Brigades Memorial Trust keeps alive the memory and spirit of the 2,500 men and women from Britain and Ireland who volunteered to defend democracy and fight fascism in Spain during the Spanish Civil War of 1936-39. We also remember those who supported the volunteers and the cause of the Spanish Republic at home. Here in Edinburgh, we have two memorials to the brigades, which are both currently out of action. The first was a memorial bench by the Labour Party on Princes Street in 1970, which has been removed as it is now broken. We need to think about its replacement. And the other is the temporary removal of the memorial cairn in East Princes Street Gardens due to the works at the National Gallery. Brigade members were present for the launch of each memorial. The invite today then is most welcome. Thank you. But why did people volunteer to defend the Spanish Republic when they had the British Union of Fascists to fight at home? As George Orwell commented, I recognised it immediately as a state of affairs worth fighting for. Tom Murray, Labour councillor for Liberton, was given 8 months' leave from council duties by the Labour group to serve in the International Brigade in Spain, and he wrote home to say why. If only the people of Britain could fully understand the utter brutality of fascism with its bombings of innocent people, they would rise in their wrath and come to the aid of the gallant Spanish people. If our people do not do this now, they cannot escape the necessity of doing much more later to save their own doorstep and under much more difficult circumstances. On my first night here, I was roused from bed by an air raid alarm and had to spend a shivering time in a trench. I would hate to find that through indifference now, my fellow citizens of Edinburgh and Scotland were to find themselves in such close proximity to the stark realities of war. Bombs on Madrid meant bombs in London, Liverpool, Leith, if fascism was not stopped in its tracks in Spain. The horror described by Murray was painted by Picasso in his famous painting, Guernica. The bombing of Guernica was done by the Luftwaffe, practising a technique that did visit home. Guernica was the first total destruction of an undefended civilian target by aerial bombardment. But it was not just Britain who sent brigades. Americans served in the Lincoln Brigade, Germans served in the Talman Brigade, Italians in the Garibaldi Brigade, and the largest contingent came from Poland, the Dąbrowski Battalion. All shared the same motivation: to defend the Spanish Republic and defeat fascism in Spain before it marched on the home they had left. The lesson of Spain is in early opposition to fascism. It's on the move again and needs to be met each time. In March, the so-called Scottish Defence League came to Edinburgh for a protest outside Holyrood. Their banners included a Union Jack with NF printed over it and another banner proclaiming Combat 18. They were a small group though, and were outnumbered by the Football Lads and Lassies group formed last year to combat right and fascist infiltration of football supporters and an even larger contingent of Antifa. The size of both groups routes and a direct approach made sure that this trouble, largely from outside Edinburgh, knew they did not represent the city and that their views and ideology were not welcome in this city. Why is this important? Let me give you the example of Poland. In Warsaw, the tomb of the unknown soldier has had the battles of Madrid, Ebro and Jarama, where the Dąbrowski battalion served with bravery and distinction, erased from the memorial. I repeat, erased from the memorial. But some of the belief is seeping into the mainstream. This country is led by a Prime Minister who his Home Secretary sent vans round London say, go home or face arrest, aimed at the immigrant community.
Shame!
This Prime Minister brought in a policy aimed at creating a hostile environment. A government that scandalously treated the Windrush generation and others who have made here their home. And closer to home, every time that Richard Leonard is attacked for the place of his birth, it should be condemned rather than left unopposed. There was a Britain First candidate in the Leith by-election, soundly humped as well, by the way. Didn't even reach 100. The BBC regularly give airspace and time to the far right in a way that legitimises their views. This is our equivalent of the Daily Mail headline proclaiming hooray for the black shirts in the 1930s. We need to know our history. We need to learn from the past to inform how we act today. Join the International Brigade Memorial Trust. Join the Scottish Labour History Society. Learn about those who went before us, some of whom still remain in Spain. Go see the Conectando Scottish Encounters with Spanish and Portuguese exhibition at the main library at the University of Edinburgh, which is on until 29th June, Monday to Saturday, 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. It includes interviews with international brigaders. Go see the play 549, Scots of the Spanish Civil War by the Wonderfuls Company at Preston Pans Town Hall, 21st to 25th May at 7:30, or at the Traverse, 6th to 8th June at 8 o'clock. Buy Daniel Gray's book, Homage to Caledonia, or borrow it from the library. We need to sing our songs, and in particular the Internationale. Buy the CD produced by local label Green Tracks, Scots in the Spanish Civil War, No Pasaran. You'll find the excellent Gallo Rojo there. We need to be ready each time fascism tries to create a space with its hatred and bile, closing it down because we are many, they are few. No pasaran, venceremos, viva la Quinta Brigada!